discuss the Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect, how it affects them, and the price of milk. Thank you. And be sure to hit the like and subscribe down below. Hey guys, welcome to our channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining in. Welcome all Mandela effectians. So I'm joined with Sandy, who will be helping me out this evening with the residues and presentation. How's everybody doing this evening?
I hope they're doing well. Can you say a quick prayer for Teresa? Let's tell them what's going on.
Yeah, if you want to, I don't know, is Teresa okay with us telling everyone about her right now?
Yes, she asked me to share a post in the group, so I think so.
Okay, so let's give everybody a rundown. What's happening with Teresa?
So Teresa has been sick for a little over a week now, and it got really bad. And I was really worried about her. She was at the bottom of her stairs, outside, like the outside her front door, and was trying to psych herself up to get up the energy to go up the stairs. And that was a warning sign to me that something was really wrong. So I convinced her to go to the hospital, and we ended up having to call an ambulance, and she went to the hospital, and it turns out she has pneumonia. So hopefully she's doing a little better now. They gave her fluids and medications. I'm sure she was really dehydrated, but she's doing better. But she could definitely use any prayers you can send her way. She's not out of the woods yet. She's still pretty sick.
Hey guys, if you would just keep her in your prayers tonight. She's going through so much, and so she had got pneumonia. It wasn't COVID, thank God. We prayed for that, didn't we, Sandy?
We did. We
said some prayers, and thank God it was not COVID. Yeah, and for anyone else out there who's lost someone due to the illness or any illness, we pray for you too. But we have some good news. Monday we have Sandy's birthday, and I think we mentioned that last time on the show, didn't we, Sandy?
We did.
Yeah,
Teresa did, yeah.
It's Sandy's birthday on Monday, so let's all wish her happy birthday.
Yes, prayers for Teresa too.
Happy birthday, Sandy. Sandy, you don't want to have to sing the happy birthday song on that day. Like, I'm going to call you and sing it to you.
Okay, but I'll be up at Penn State, right?
You'll be where?
Penn State.
Were you going to a game?
No, we're moving my stepson in.
Oh, okay. Oh, for the college. Okay, I had no idea. Sorry.
It's okay.
So yes, Danny Mal has pointed out that Carib is coming on any minute now, so that's great. We're going to try to cover as much ground as we can, and so we'll go ahead and get started. Let's see. What the first thing we're going to talk about tonight, I think, has to do with weather. Is that right, Sandy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing people in the chat that we haven't seen in a while, so they may not know these yet.
All right. Well, that's good. We see some new faces tonight. We have Jonah Games. We have Chris McDonald's here. Vaylene Stelling. Vaylin, is it Vaylin? Hope I'm saying that right. Yeah. Welcome. Lurk Learners here.
And
All right,
thank
we're
you,
glad to
Glenn.
see everyone. We got 12. Let's try to shoot up to 40 tonight. Let's get 40. Shoot for that number, 40. All right. Send
Okay.
send links to your friends. Okay, and we're glad to have everyone. All right, so let's get started.
Okay.
All right. So, Sandy, you want to read this?
Sure. I'm like writing in the chat right this second. If you want to read that first.
Yeah, I can read the first one.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so this month there's a new weather term, supposedly, but it's not new at all. Have you guys heard of a heat dome? Is that a new term for you guys, or have you heard of this before? Let's ask the
Have you?
chat.
Okay.
Let's go to the chat for just a minute. Have you guys heard of a heat dome before? Anyone? Yes or no? Because we can't. With this, you know how we do our show. We have to rely on you guys to decide. Okay, Lurk Learner says it's new. Okay, so a lot of you saying you never heard of it before. We have, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 votes in so far out of 12. And you and I, Sandy, you know, we're we don't really count, do we? Actually, we do. Heat wave, yes. Yeah, we count. Okay, we got 14 viewers. Come on, guys. All right, hey, Colin, welcome.
Welcome, Terry Forbes.
Yeah, if we have time toward the end of the show, maybe we'll take a caller or two. You think that's fair, Sandy?
That sounds good.
All right.
I think I got everyone. If I missed anyone, I'm really sorry. I'm scrolling. I think I got everybody though.
Okay, so
That's in
with
the
this heat
chat.
dome, hot air expands upward toward the atmosphere. High pressure pushes clouds away from the dome. The air compresses and causes heat waves. High pressure pushes down the warm air. So that's the NOAA is explaining the phenomenon as a scenario when a mass of hot air gets trapped under an atmospheric layer of high pressure, trapping the sweltering heat like a dome pot lid.
Now, see, in my past, I've only known heat wave.
Yeah, I've only known heat waves too.
I heard the first time I ever heard of a heat dome was in June when Seattle, Washington, and Oregon had like this intense heat. And this is what I saw. Historic heat dome, once in millennium event, once in 1,000-year event. And I was like, what the heck's a heat dome? So that's when I looked it up. But you can go on, Brian. You're reading it pretty well, so go for it.
All right, so it's weird that in the headline here it says a stifling new heat wave is baking the U.S. Stop me if you've heard this one before. A heat dome is turning a large part of the U.S. into a furnace. More than 80 huge wildfires rage in the U.S. as country braces for a new heat dome. Yeah,
now, these are pretty recent. These are 2021, but as you go through these, start taking note of the year. Okay, Brian?
Huge heat dome traps U.S. Canada in pressure cooker. 2011. 2012 heat dome.
Like, this term has been here all this time, and I've never heard of it.
I've never heard of it either. July 11th, Omega blocking pattern.
Have you heard of that one? Because I haven't either.
And I've watched, you know, Sandy, here's the thing. I've watched the Weather Channel all through the 90s and even today up to, you know, I've never heard of this stuff. I've heard of heat waves.
I've never seen an Omega symbol on the map on the Weather Channel.
Blocking pattern that looks like the Greek letter Omega on the map. That's funny.
But
Unlike the
these
heat dome,
happen. Okay, go
Omega
on.
blocks can bring hot or cold, good or bad weather, depending on which side of the block you're on.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense now, doesn't it? Not really.
No.
What is an Omega block? Okay, once again, this holding pattern of weather has been in our news for decades, yet until July 2021, Sandy's never heard of it.
Nope.
Um, so, if you look at the weather map here, you have the cool air on both sides and the hot airs in the middle. It's influenced our recent weather. So, I mean, that could explain why Canada is experiencing a lot warmer temperatures right now. Because of that heat, Omega
Yeah, but
blocks or
that
whatever.
look at that. I do not remember a pattern where the jet stream dipped as low as like Los Angeles and then went all the way up into Canada and then all the way back down to like North Carolina. It's
No,
so weird. I've never seen that.
I've never seen it before. But it's definitely a change for me.
And
Uh,
can you see the year here? Omega Block returns. That's an older article too. These
mhm.
articles are older.
Well, this one
Not
is
all of them.
2021.
Yeah,
Uh,
that one is.
yeah. So definitely some strange stuff.
The
I mean,
NOAA one was
it kind of.
2015, I
I
think.
mean, it looks like, I don't know, some kind of figure is right here, like a head of a person. All right. So the Omega block means for New Jersey weather. This is posted from 2016. The Omega block.
And the one
Never
above
heard of
is
this before.
2013.
Welcome to our heat dome. Welcome to the heat dome. Actually, it says, no, you're not going to evaporate. What year was this one posted? The heat dome. Wow.
Welcome back, Dean.
Yep. Hi,
Dean
Dean.
says Jesus is the Alpha and the Omega, the
He
beginning
is.
and the end.
He's the beginning and the end. That means that the whole Bible is written about him. It is. It details the past through the present and then the future.
So do you see that top image, Brian? When it was talking about that historic heat dome, they're also saying it's an Omega block.
I
You
just
see
I
how?
don't understand that.
I
I
don't know
don't,
yet.
because hot air usually comes from the Gulf anyways. But the jet stream, it's a really strong wind. I mean, you have to understand these winds are at least 200 miles an hour, and they're in the upper atmosphere. So how is it possible they're making that loop? I mean, something's got to be causing that loop. Um, the cool air. I know in the USA we have a lot of cold air from the mountains. There's like Colorado. If you live in Colorado, you probably experience snow probably like 75% of the year. Um, and what I don't understand is, like, 2 states away, if you're in Nevada, you're getting 100-degree temperature, over 100 degrees.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's so weird to me.
I know.
We're getting baked in some spots, and then other spots are staying cool. The heat dome is trapping vast parts of the U.S. Set sites on the East Coast. Bubble, like a yeah, it's like a bubble.
Yeah, but they're both 2011. That's what bothered
Yeah,
me.
you check out that date; it goes back to 2011 heat dome. July 20th, 2011.
It's horrible.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
I
Hey,
know.
where was this at? What parts of the U.S. was this at?
Oh, it's everywhere. You can have heat domes all over the world.
It's a super rare thing, isn't it? Or does it happen all the time?
I wouldn't say it happens all the time, but it looks like it happens every couple of years based on the residue I found of heat dome in a mega block.
Yeah. Vaylin Stelling says I live in Reno and it's so smoky and hot.
Yeah. It's smoky and hot in Las Vegas too. And that is not close to Reno. It's crazy.
Well, speaking of heat and hot, let's talk about the opposite, about cooling off and drinking soda. Okay. So now
Okay.
we're talking about the Pepsi Cola logo and Coca Cola.
Yes. More about Pepsi. Yeah.
All right. So back in the early 20th century, Pepsi went by Pepsi Cola, just like its competitor Coca Cola.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know what I read somewhere, Sandy, that was really funny yesterday. It was
Okay.
talking about how back in 1918, how they had the pandemic back then.
Yes.
There was like a meme about it, and it said apparently uh, they the way they dealt with it. I guess at least they had you know cocaine in the sodas. I'm sorry, crack me up.
That's unfortunately true. Yes.
Yeah. So if you've seen the logo for old fashioned Pepsi Cola, please write how you remember it written in the chat. So what are you asking for people to describe, Sandy?
So if you've ever been to an antique store and seen an old uh, Pepsi Cola ad, like they used to have those tins that are shaped like a bottle cap, things like that, like anything vintage old Pepsi Cola. If you've ever seen it written out, please write how you remember it. Do you remember a dash?
Hey,
Do you
we
remember
got Eddie
no
Von Keen in
dash?
the chat. Hey, Eddie.
Hey, Andy. Mountain Dew is going to be a beer. I think I saw something on that. That's strange. I mean, I see a lot of this stuff. I mean, I used to actually go to antique stores a lot, when I had money and could travel.
Lurk Learner says it had a dash. Man Danny Mouse says Pepsi Cola. I
Hmm.
don't know. So we got two answers.
That are different.
Yep. Anyone else? Busy Pop says, Sandy, I thought you was out of town.
No, I leave tomorrow and come back Monday night. That's why we're
Terry
having show on
says,
Tuesday.
Pepsi Cola on a metal tray written out with a flowing script. That sounds oddly specific, but thank you. Thank you, Terry.
We're just spending one night up at Joey's school, so we're leaving tomorrow early, and then we're coming home Monday after dinner. So we'll probably be home around 11, 12 p.m. Well, no, 11 p.m., 12 a.m. On Monday.
All right, Sandy, I'm going to hit the next slide, okay?
Yep.
All right, so I have a dual memory of it, Sandy says, written with a dash and without. But I have zero memory of a colon. Do you?
Or
No, it
equal
never had a
sign.
colon. Are
Yeah,
you
it
telling me
looks,
it had a colon?
yeah, it had a colon, and sometimes it looks like an equal sign. And I don't remember that at all.
Uh-uh. No. Sandy, we looked at the Pepsi Cola logo. Remember around the time when we looked at Coca Cola?
Yes, we did. And that's
And it was
why,
not. Are you telling me that's what it was?
apparently, for 40
I
years,
think
35 years, 35 years, I had a colon or equal
now
sign.
is this residue? Their old
Mm-hmm.
mascots are residue of the single dash. So this is Pepsi and the Pepsi Cola Cops.
Yeah, it was a comic strip that was popular back then. And that was
Oh,
with a
and
lot
look
of their
who wrote it.
ads.
Rube Goldberg.
Hmm.
You know Rube Goldberg? You guys ever heard of those machines?
No.
It's like a simple machine that turns into something complex. Actually, it's a complex machine to do something very simple. Kind of like you see in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. You
Oh,
remember the
okay.
very beginning of the movie
Hmm.
where the breakfast machine. Look up the breakfast machine. You'll see
Oh,
there's a video clip on YouTube about it. That's a Rube Goldberg machine.
oh, I never knew that.
Yeah. So 1905 to 1906, so all the way from 1905 to 1940.
Yeah.
Logopedia says it had a colon or equal sign, basically.
Yeah, I
That's
have an image somewhere in here of the actual where it looks more like an equal sign. There it is right there. It's got more
yep.
like a dash than a dot. I don't know about you, but I have seen many antiques and new products using their old logo in my lifetime. Not one have I seen it with a colon.
Nope. There's more with the colon. More images.
Yeah.
More images. You see, you can zoom in where you guys see. I love all these pictures, Sandy.
Yeah, the only residue I found was of the comic strip
And it's interesting
from
they
back
picture
then.
these people with these gorgeous teeth. You don't think about what the sodas do to your teeth afterwards. After drinking it for so long, it messes up with your teeth.
Yeah.
All right. So enough about that. Let's go to the next one.
Actually, if you want to jump to the cereal, you'll understand why. You see cereal?
Thank you. Is it do cereal me? Yeah, I see the cereal one.
Yeah, jump to the cereal one. We'll just stay on topic.
Okay, which one am I doing?
The folder that's called cereal.
Pepsi first. It says do Pepsi first, cereal me.
And you just did Pepsi, so let's do cereal.
Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds good. All right, we'll do that.
And
And you guys,
preparedness is a lifestyle. Loves the old pics, so here's some
yeah.
more for you.
Scarab, if I'm not mistaken, Sandy, doesn't he usually come on later than his go time? He usually comes on a little later than his go time, right?
Fizz, you want to
What?
answer that?
Yeah, answer that, Fizz. Are you there, Fizzy? All right. So tell me about this one, Sandy. I'm a little confused on this one. What
All
is
right.
this? I'm looking at a
This,
kaleidoscope image here. It looks like.
yeah, it's just because I believe it's a pattern that you're looking at. You're looking at a pattern, a Mandela pattern. So first there was Pepsi last week, or for you guys a few minutes ago, and now I believe it's a new Mandela logo pattern. So we see patterns in the logos with the letters merging, things like that. Well, I
Grape
believe this is a
nuts.
new pattern. Hmm. Now the cereal Grape Nuts is affected in the exact same way as Pepsi.
What's going on with grape nuts?
I'll read the bottom first. and we'll look in the next image.
Okay.
So according to this post logo history, Grape Nuts logo began using a dash in 1978. Honestly, I do not remember a dash in the logo, but that's not the issue. Next image, Brian.
What? No.
Yeah. So, like I
No.
said, I believe this is a new Mandela effect pattern that we're going to be seeing. Because grape nuts, now granted, this is before we were born, way before we were born, but apparently this was in use until 1978. This equal sign.
Does
They're
anybody
pulling.
remember eating grape nuts back then? Did it have an equal sign? Please tell us in the chat. If you remember it, say yes. If you don't, say no. Okay.
Now this,
Now Vaylin says I am 56. I remember the dash.
do you remember a dash or do you remember equal sign?
She says dash.
Yeah.
Terry says no equal sign. Danny Mal, no equal sign. PlayStation says no. Yep, no equal sign now. Have you presented this before on anywhere else, Sandy?
Yeah, Mandela Monday.
Okay. Was never an equal sign.
Now there was a dash, so it's not later on there was a dash. So you
Now,
do.
Danny Mal says I'm 62. He says no equal sign. So, all right. So we'll say that's an ME for sure. All right. Now, is there any residue for the old way?
Oh, I think there's some meaning to this pattern, at least in the U.S. I think it's also actually I don't think it's just U.S. I think it's everywhere. Equality and equity is being used a lot in the news, and I think that could be why this pattern is happening, where things are turning into an equal sign. But I just wanted to point that out. I can't read that yet. It's not on my screen. Crazier still, there's ads that say grape dash nuts in the text, but the box in the image shows grape equals nuts. So if you look at those ads right there,
Wow. Sandy,
you have
that's like the
grape
nail of the
dash.
coffin right there, man.
Yeah, the dash is in the words at the bottom, but the picture shows the equal sign.
That tells you right there.
Yeah.
This doesn't make any sense to me, Sandy.
No.
This doesn't make any sense.
And look at wheat meal. Wheat meal has a dash.
Wait, wheat meal?
Yeah, underneath grape nuts on the box. Top left.
Yeah. Yeah, why would they put wheat meal with a dash and grape nuts not with a dash? I don't know.
So here are the later boxes that you all probably remember with the dash. I don't remember that really thin dash from the 80s, but and then one box, the top right, has a dot.
Yeah, like Pop Tarts. Pop Tarts has a dot.
Yeah, so their logo's all over the place.
So the name of the cereal is this next one. There's another cereal I want to talk about, but this time it's not the logo that's the issue. It's the name of the cereal.
It is.
So, true or false? Cheerios was not the original name for the cereal.
So guys, if you saw this one before, just answer what you answered before. And if you say true, I want what you remember the name being. If you don't remember it being anything else but Cheerios, just write false. Thank you, Scott. False, says Chris McDonald. False for Mandanimal, Terry Forbes. False
I
for
don't
Lurk
know.
Learner and Matrix Seeker.
It was not the original name? All right. Can I flip over to the next image?
You can. Hallelujah says false. Dylan says false.
If you say true, what is the other name of it that you remember?
Yeah, you can go to the next one. Yes, Winston, it's fruit, F-R-O-T now. An oldie
So
but a
true.
goodie.
In all my research, looking for dots instead of Cheerios on top of the I in vintage packaging, not once did I ever see Cheerios as Cheerios.
Have you ever heard of Cheerios?
No.
How much have we looked to find an old box without a Cheerio on top of the I? And here we go. Here's a Cheerios without a Cheerio on top of the I, and it's on a box called Cheerios.
I don't know, but kids love them, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking Winston just woke up to the Mandela effect. Welcome, Winston.
Okay, so from 1941 through 445, the cereal we know and love as Cheerios was called Cheerios.
So, granted, none of us, well, not, I can't say none of us, but most of us were not alive in that time period. So I asked my dad. My dad does not remember it. He remembers Cheerios. Eddie Von Keen says malt-o-meal is now malt-o, no dash meal. So malto meal instead of malt-o meal. I remember malto meal, not malto meal. Even though it sounds crazy, I'm saying. So I'm pointing this out because you may see Cheerios on your grocery store shelf because they are celebrating the 80th anniversary of Cheerios by releasing Cheerios boxes filled with Cheerios. So if you see Cheerios, don't be surprised. And that's just me closing it out in case I throw it in a slideshow video.
All right. Interesting.
All right. Pick whatever you want, Brian. I would have two Lark Learner. Or totally different cereal.
Let's talk about safety cones. You mind?
Okay. Not at all.
Has anyone seen this one yet?
I think on Curious's show. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. All these shows have been canceled because of Teresa's health. So I'm not sure if we covered it or not. It might be brand new. I think it's brand new for everyone. So sometimes we come across totally random changes that makes you wonder why this change even happened. I was walking down my street and a neighbor 3 doors down was getting a new sidewalk. And there was a safety cone to make sure we didn't step on the wet cement. And something caught my eye that we're going to talk about. I love malts. Oh my gosh, they taste so much better than a regular milkshake.
Wait, you
Less
like a
milky.
malt shake?
I like a malt, yeah. The flavor, it's got more flavor than milk.
I never had one. Do you get those from Steak and Shake, or where do you get them?
Oh no, we have a place called Nifty 50s. I don't know if I think Shake Shack has them.
All right, so safety cones. They come in all different sizes, colors, and all that. But cities, towns, and municipalities, they tend to use a specific type of cone regardless of color.
Yeah.
We're about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Did I skip one? Okay, I was just making sure. All right,
Nope.
so more often than not, in recent years, they use a cone with a black bottom, which I do remember, Sandy says. I see a lot of these close up, and I sit in construction traffic a lot. I walk past them when sidewalks are repaved. They're even illegally used by neighbors to hold their parking spot.
Especially in the winter, when they dig out their spot, they'll put cones down so people can't take their spot.
Sandy, you want to point this one out? You want to share this portion here?
Oh, guys, yes or no in the chat. Do you remember these dots around the bottom of? I don't know how. I mean, I see cones all the time. I live in a city. I don't know about you guys. Where you live, do you see cones as often as I do? I have never seen these dots around the bottom of the cone. Have you guys ever seen that before?
I've never seen them. We're gonna have to go to the chat and find out. Esther, it's okay. Yeah, if you want to drop in, Esther, that's fine.
Golden
no dots. We've got several no's. Chris, Lurk Learner, Mandanny Mal, Terry says no dots. Valen says no dots. So this is happening to all the road cones, Sandy?
Everyone that I've seen. Like I said, my neighbor had a cone on their sidewalk, and it had the dots. And then I drove Joey to work, and they were doing construction on the road, and I purposely looked at the cones, and they all had the dots. And then I went to another section of the town, went to Wawa, and that road had construction, and those cones had, every cone I saw had dots. Like different in Philadelphia, Bryn Mawr, different towns. It's not like it was in one spot. And they're all over the place. Check out the company name. Look at Ballard with the upside down B's. But yeah, no, there's going to be an image with American Airlines. They all have dots. It's crazy. Now the cheaper ones, the ones that a city wouldn't buy, like cheap ones, you can get without the dots, but the industrial ones, the ones that a city would buy from, they all have dots from injection molding.
That's so weird, though. I've never seen that before. And let me tell you, Sandy, I worked as a groundsman for a tree company,
mm-hmm.
and they had contracts with the electrical people, like Georgia Power and stuff like that. And we would go out and trim the brush away from the power lines, and I would be on the ground grinding that stuff, grinding the branches. And I've never seen cones that had the dots on them, but we use the road cones to help direct traffic around the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
This is residue here, Sandy?
These are the cheaper ones. I'm just showing you how I remember them looking, with just the plain black at the bottom. And I don't think dirt would have covered every dot. Like, it may have covered some of them, but you would literally need like a mudslide on top of it to cover all the dots. And these are bright. Like, they stand out. I mean, once you see them, it's impossible to miss them. Bonus oddity. This is just an odd thing I never knew. For the most part, Japan takes their safety cones less seriously than we do in the USA. And you'll see why I say that in a second. There's no question here, Brian. And just, I'm just showing them something that I came across when looking for residue.
Do I need to go on to the next one?
Yeah. In Japan, vanity safety cones are commonly customized with colors, patterns, and themes, and are even used officially at times. Those blue cones that look like mountains, they're official cones that the cities in Japan use. They got polka dots and flowers, and I just thought they were cute. I'd never seen them before. Thought I'd share them. Oh, they also officially use these gigantic ones. I don't know what for. They use these giant ones.
Wow.
Now, this was weird to me, though. They also have molded cones with Buddha in them. Have you guys ever seen anything like that before?
No.
I mean, again, it's in Japan, so I can't say it's a Mandela effect. That's odd to me. That they would, but I guess, I don't know. I just thought they were cute. So I said, it's an oddity. Not a Mandela, just an oddity. Now, if I need input who lives in Japan comes on and says, I've never seen anything like this before, then you could say it's a Mandela effect, but I've never been to Japan, so I can't say that. It's just odd.
All right, Sandy, so what's this thing about the Olympics?
Oh, this is a big one for me. There's multiple questions in this one, Brian.
So in 2020 and 2021, Summer Olympics are winding down, and there's been something bugging me for a while now.
Yes. Now, I'm not alone on this because I presented this on Mandela Monday. I really thought I was going to be alone on this, though. So, which Olympic rings do you remember? 1, 2, 3, or 4? And if you remember them in a different order, that's okay. Just, we're going by the colors here. Which colors do you remember?
Sandy,
1, 2, 3, or 4?
Can I say what I remember?
You want to get the chat first, or?
Yeah, I want to get this to the chat what they remember.
Yeah, because I don't want to lead them on by saying what we remember, you know? Don't want to influence their memories.
Yeah, Valen Stelling says the X-Files did an episode in 2018 about the Mandela. It left a lot of us slightly disappointed because it made Mandela people look bad, you know?
Yeah, it did.
In my opinion.
I agree with you.
Okay, Joner Game says 1 or 2. We have Valen says 3. Chris says 2 and 3. Joner Game says I lean on 2.
Mm-hmm. And they want the image back up. Leave the image up for them, Brian.
Okay, will you read from the chat then, Sandy?
Yeah, it's not a problem. So I may be alone on this tonight, but when I presented on Mandela Monday, I was
Can I tell you what I remember, Sandy, once we read from the chat?
Sure. Scott Garrison says 3.
All right, we have enough votes in.
Ken Share says 2. Right now we're like pretty split.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and say I remember 2, like firmly. I went to the
You remember
1996. I remember the 1996 Olympics when it came to Atlanta, Georgia. I remember it very, very firm. Number 2.
Okay. Esther says 2. Originally, Esther, you said 1 or 2. Jonah Game says, darn, could be 3. Terry says 2. Put It With the Lie says 2. All right, so it is 2. But I don't remember that black ring at all. Like,
Wow.
not at all. It's completely out of place for me. For me, it was number 3. Lurk Learner says 3. And they probably all look wrong because there's been some discrepancies about the order of the colors. But yeah, I just threw in 1 and 4. I just to make sure you guys were giving honest answers. I didn't want to, make it so obvious.
I mean, at least since 1996, that's what I remember. So it could have been different before that point. You know what I mean?
It was
And
not. It's been like
the Mandela
yeah,
changes different times for different people.
that's true. But this has been the Olympic rings since the beginning. I know the one on the right's looking orange, but it's red. It's just the lighting.
And
I don't remember.
isn't it supposed to represent like the 5 major continents or whatever?
Yes, we're gonna get to that. The continents look off to me too, like which continent goes with each color. Like I said, I remember white, and I don't remember black at all. And now, when you get to the image, it's coming up. I'll talk about the countries that are in it. Scott Garrison says, I remember the white ring. I'm older, in my 50s. So, legitimate residue for the white ring was near impossible to find. I'm taking that sentence out because originally it was very hard to find. But then all of a sudden, it was like on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I couldn't find a single legitimate residue for the white ring. And then Thursday came along and there was all of this residue out of nowhere.
Wow.
So I added it to the presentation. But I'm saying legitimate because someone could turn around and say, oh, well, they don't have light that's black. So they had to use white instead. But why didn't they use black lights? I mean, black light is purple, but why wouldn't they use purple instead of white, like these people did? You know what I'm saying? Like, a black light is purple. Oh, and notice in the bottom left-hand corner, the colors are in a different order. So definitely Noble has brought it up a long time ago that he remembers the rings in a different color order. So here is the current reality with the black. Now there's the one with the countries right there. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I remember Asia being red. I remember Africa being either yellow or green. Is it green or yellow? I'm not sure, but I remember North America being white. I don't remember Africa being black. And Europe is blue. I don't remember the countries lining up with those colors. Just put it that way. And I don't remember black. So no, there's no pink there. It's probably just the lighting.
All right. Let's see.
So here's residue. Now, Noble remembers the order of the rings in the top right. That black looking ring is actually a very dark blue. So it's green, white, red, blue, yellow. That's an actual pin from Los Angeles, 1984. And they have a white ring. And that looks so much better to me like that. The pin below, all the other colors have rubbed out of that pin. But that middle ring has white inside of it. Here's just a lot more using white instead of black or purple. All right, next question. True or false? Olympic medals have always been made of just, the key word is just gold, silver, and bronze. True or false?
All right, Sandy, can you read from the chat?
I can. True or false, guys? You remember the medals being just gold, bronze, and silver. Lurk Learner says true. Lynn says true. Joner Games says true. Chris McDonald says true. Joner Games says 100%. Mandanimal says true. Esther says true. Show Me Sasquatch, welcome, says true. I think that's enough answers. We have a lot of answers, Brian. 10,000% for Lurk Learner. Brian?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
Go on.
I just got up for a minute.
Okay. Second question. All right, we're going to end the questions of true and false because it's another true and false. Okay? Olympic medals have always been round. True or false? In your past, were Olympic medals always round? Yes or no? True or false? Actually, you know what? We're going to go with yes or no just so I can differentiate the answers. So, yes, they were always round. No, they were not always round. So, yes for Joner, yes for Lurk Learner, yes for Boleyn, yes for Scott, yes for Preparedness is the lifestyle. Okay, no for Mandanimal, yes for everyone else. All right, Brian, I have a lot of answers here. Why don't you tell me what you remember?
I remember them being round.
And what about them just being gold, silver, and bronze?
I remember just the standard gold, silver, and bronze.
Okay.
You know what else
There's
is interesting about the Olympics is that what was it? Something about the Nazis that started it originally.
We're gonna get to that, Brian.
Something about
Brian,
the passing of the torch. Oh,
don't
okay,
even
sorry.
mention that, Brian. We're gonna get to that.
But that's an old ME though. We can mention it though.
That's not what it's about though. So
Okay.
false for both. Olympic medals are made of gold and silver, but never bronze. The bronze medal is an alloy using copper, zinc, tin, and tiny amounts of silver. Now, the gold medal is silver with gold plating, because otherwise it'd be like $40,000 for a gold medal. So
Right.
I've always known it was silver gold plated, but I thought the bronze was made of bronze. It's always been an alloy with no
That's
bronze in
interesting.
it at all. There's no bronze in the bronze medal.
That's kind of stupid.
I know. It is. And some aren't just metal. There's lacquered enamel, jade, and plastic inlays. And some metals are rectangular, square, misshapen, or disc shaped. I don't remember these metals at all. The Sochi one I thought was gold and silver, but it's not. It's a plastic enamel inlay. How disappointed would you be if you got the
I'm sorry.
gold and there was like barely any gold?
I'm sorry, but the ones in the middle on the bottom, they kind of remind me of Dove chocolate.
Yeah, they kind of do, and they were recent. Vancouver was not that long ago. I don't remember square medals. I don't remember ones that look like CDs, and they're not that long ago. Some of these are old, like the one with the wreath is very old. The square one, the actual rectangular one, and the one that's just oddly shaped, those are old. But Torino, I think, was 2008. They're recent. I don't get it. I don't remember them at all. Last question. Which modern day Olympics, and when I say modern day, the modern day Olympics began in 1896. So which modern day Olympics, give me a year or a decade, either one is fine, do you remember was the first to be photographed? So either give me a year or give me a decade. When do you remember the first Olympics being photographed?
1940s, maybe.
Good night, Esther. Enjoy your vacation. So you remember, you want to say 1940s,
I'm going to
Brian?
say 1940s.
Okay. 1930 is Jonar's guess. Lynn says with Jesse Owens.
Good night, Esther.
Jonar has a faint memory of the CD medals. "1910" says Chris McDonald. Mandanimal, the very first one. And since we have a winner, Brian, we can go on.
All right, who got it?
Mandanimal, 1896. The very first Olympics in modern day times in 1896 was photographed in what looks like crisp, clear HD. Have you ever seen these images before? So the top image is a painting of the photograph below, just closer to the ring. Yes, 1896. There are photographs of the 1896 Olympics. A lot of them. There are a lot of photographs. Now, here's the thing. I didn't write this. I don't remember women being in the Olympics until much later. Yet there are a lot of women in these Olympics. I believe she's playing badminton in the bottom left corner. Do you guys remember women competing in the first I don't know, 50 years of the modern day Olympics. I don't remember them competing to like the 1930s or 1920s. There's even photos of spectators in the stands, like someone sitting in the stands taking photographs for themselves. This is crazy to me.
You telling me somebody went back in time with an iPhone and took these pictures?
No, I'm not saying that.
I mean, the clarity on these pictures is amazing.
It is. It's absolutely amazing. You can see all the events. Oh no, wait until you see. Wait until you see some of these images. My favorite image is the women's swim team because they are breaking all the rules for 1896. Oh, the women were in archery. Can you imagine how hard it would have been in that get up with the corset and everything? All right, oh, there it is right there. Zoom in, Brian, on the women's swim team. In 1896, they would have been considered indecent. Bathing suits went to the ankles. They were pants. They had pantaloons for the beach. And you can see straight through their shirts. We're not going to zoom in on that because it would be indecent for YouTube. But you can see directly through their shirts. It is literally see-through. And their coach is that woman in that full-length heavy gown.
Wow. So quite a bit there with the Olympics.
Yeah.
I was gonna maybe try to save some of the Teresa ones for next week. Is that okay, Sandy?
That's absolutely perfectly perfect.
Let's talk about disc formats. Is anyone into technology and everything? Please tell me yes.
Yeah, because I can't say this is an ME, and if there's people in the chat not from the U.S., I want to hear what you have to say here.
I feel
So,
like I learned, Sandy. Let me just say before we start this little portion right here.
mhm.
I'm looking at the Robin Hood right now, and I don't remember that O looking like that. Do you?
Which one?
Hang on, let me zoom in a
I
little
don't
bit
see.
better. No, wait, the B. You remember the B looking like that, and the
I don't.
H?
I don't see Robin Hood. Oh, there we go. Oh no, no, I don't remember the O looking like a 9. The O looks like a 9. Oh, that
I don't
whole
remember
logo
that.
is messed up. Yeah, I remember the H going through the O. I don't remember the R being broken like that. We'll have to look at it in better quality.
All right.
But let's get through
Oh
this
man, The
first.
Land Before Time. That was the series that you thought would never end. It was such a good movie, though. The first one. And I remember the toys they used to give away when you went and ate at Pizza Hut. You know,
Uh
you get those puppets. You know what I'm talking about? The hand
huh.
puppets from Land Before Time.
No, but we are a few years apart in age, so it may have been before they were giving out toys. I remember
Did you ever
sunglasses.
Did you ever have the Book It? Did you ever do Book It where you read during the summer or during your school time and you get points toward like a personal pan pizza?
That I remember, yes. That I completely remember. You're making me hungry. You got to stop. All right, let's read. After VHS, DVDs quickly became the standard movie format. But after some time, new, better formats hit the market, competing to become the next standard. Okay, next image with the question. Please tell me the disc formats you remember after DVDs. Any disc format that you remember after DVDs. So guys, what disc formats do you remember trying to become the next standard after DVD? We have Blu-ray. That's one. None says man's animal. Mini DVD. Okay, I remember that. Mm-hmm. Anyone else?
Yeah, I remember the cool thing about like DVDs, or was it Blu-ray? I'm trying to remember. Some movies actually had alternate endings. You know.
No, see, that's a Mandela effect for me. Oh my God. It's funny you should mention that. I don't remember Wayne's World having like 5 endings. It was Wayne's World 2. I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either, Sandy.
Well, it does now. Do you guys remember? Well, wait. No, I'm not asking the chat that. I'm still waiting for disc formats. We got Blu-ray, mini DVD, anybody else? HD DVD and Blu-ray competed and Blu-ray won out. Anyone else? Okay, now, if you guys want to chime in, do you remember Wayne's World 2 having 5 endings or 4 endings? I can't remember. There's alternate endings for Wayne's World 2. Do you remember that? Because I don't. But we're going to go on with the presentation while you're answering that part in the chat. In my past, identical to Chris McDonald, the only formats that were competing to become standard were HD, DVD, and Blu-ray. But I do remember mini DVD. But what I don't remember is HDVMD. I can't claim Mandela because these were not released in the USA. But I still find it odd. I haven't at least heard of this before, so I thought I'd ask you all. Have you heard of HD VMD? Next slide, Brian, because I believe this is out of order.
Let me ask you something. Are they for the Sony PSP?
No, that's why I said go to the next slide. This is out of order. Oh, back. Are you in the folder? Or are you in the?
Yeah.
This is.
Yeah, let me go back and make sure I'm in the right spot. Okay, I'm on the right spot.
All right, because there's a slide missing. All right, well, the slide that's missing says, what's the next slide?
Oh, the next one?
Yeah, what's the next one? Because it's before that. Yeah, there we go. So I can't say this is definitely an ME, but I've never seen this format or the player before. Have you ever heard of HDVMD? Now go backwards back to the player. And the player is NME. Now, they were not released in the United States. So I can't say this is a Mandela effect.
No, but I still, like, I don't see anyone using Blu-ray players anymore and all that. Ever since the streaming hit the market, you can get everything in 4K now, pretty much. It's like an old technology.
Well, yeah, because now we have streaming, but
I've never
this
heard
was released the same time as HD, DVD, and Blu-ray. This was a competitor in other markets, just not the United States. Yeah, I've never heard of it at all.
So, does anybody know that '90s band, Blank Union of Souls?
You can say it. They got to spell it.
Okay,
That's why
Blessed Union of Souls.
you got to pull the graphic up, Brian. So, She Likes Me for Me was their hit. It was called Hey Leonardo.
Likes me for me, not because I sing like Tyson, something like with the charm of Robert Redford oozing out my ears. You know
Yeah,
that one song.
yeah. So the band's name was Blessed Union of Souls. If you know the band, please spell blessed. It's a nice band name.
Yeah, most definitely.
Mandela is not familiar. And by the way, no one in the chat has heard of that format, the HDVMD.
All right, can I hit the next one, or are we ready to go to the next slide?
No one knows this band. It's blowing my mind. All right, yeah, I guess we'll just show them. Oh, wait, Berlin came in with ED, except it's ID now. Brian, when I asked him, said ID. I have never seen their name spelled like this. Bless ID. It was just spelled blessed in my past. BLESSED, like Berlin remembers.
You know, I'm having a dual memory on this one, but I kind of go along with you right there.
And I see a typo. It says bands instead of band. Autocorrect. Did an autocorrect on me. So there's a lot of residue for this. I actually cut it down so that you guys didn't get bored. But it has always been ID, and
I've always
like I
spelled it
said,
ED.
yeah. So right on the disc, it has it with an E here.
Oh wow, even on the disc.
Yeah, top. If you zoom in on the top one, it's easier to see. Bless the super ego. That's true, man, animal.
Oh yeah, that's another band, Marcy Playground.
It was Marcy's playground for me, and now it's Marcy. I covered that a little while ago. But underneath, Blessed Union of Souls with an E.
Well, I'm going back to the '90s, like, and you guys all remember the Beanie Baby craze? People were
Yes.
killing each other just to get Beanie Babies.
And they're not even worth anything now.
Yeah, they're not worth anything.
So this is printed on the disc. It's hard to see because it's a bad quality image, but I think you could tell it's an E there, not an I. And then on the next image, you're going to see the printed listing for it. Like, it's typed out, so you'll be able to see it better. Or maybe not. Maybe I didn't include it. This is an article. Under honorable mentions, we find Blessed Union of Souls.
Oh yeah, I remember Lit. Jars of Clay. Shoot, back then we were buying DVDs probably once a week. You know, you waited till you went to the mall on the weekend. You go to FYE or someplace like that, and you'd buy discs.
I love Tower Records.
And I ask a lot of people, do you remember that? What was that? Columbia House. You remember signing up for that?
Oh my gosh, Columbia House's logo is crazy now.
Really?
Oh gosh, yeah. We'll look at it after this folder if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to say it. Columbia
Blessed
House's
Union of
logo has
Souls with the
changed.
ED, more residue. All right, so we are at the end of that. So let's check our
Columbia House
Google.
Logopedia.
What?
Go to Columbia House Logopedia.
No.
Yeah.
No way. There's no way. No, the A was not like that.
The
And the
A
H
wasn't like that.
and
The
the
C and
C's
the
merged with
H.
the H. No. I don't remember that, guys.
All the sideways cuts in the letters. The I and the A is merged. The C is eating the O. And I don't remember that the new logo at all. The 2008 to present. I've never seen that.
No, but that was the cheapest way to get discs, right?
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
you remember you got
And
like
so
12.
many.
You got 12 discs for a penny, right? But then
Yeah.
you'd have to like sign up for them for monthly. You would get I think it was like, what was it, like $13 a month, and you get a disc per month or
Oh
something.
no. No. They would send you like 2 or 3 and it was like $40. And you could send them back. But they picked the music. Remember, it was like the
Yeah, they
CDs of the
picked the
month or
music.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really dirty way of getting your money.
Yeah, I knew so many people who owed money to Columbia House. It was crazy. When we were, like in our late teens and early 20s, everyone I knew owed money to Columbia House.
That's funny.
What are you pulling up now?
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, this was a split chat on Monday. Fizzy and I, strong memory of not what it is now. So there's a movie in the Winnie the Pooh universe about elephants named Lumpy and Kanga that have a very specific name. What is the name of that Disney Winnie the Pooh movie? Pooh's something lump movie. And Brian has the current memory, so don't say anything, Brian. And I'm guessing you probably have the current memory because you've seen it more recently because of your daughter. Does anyone know what this H word is that I can't say? It's something lump. Hence lumpy. Not honey. That was a good guess, but not honey. Lumpy and Kanga are blank lumps. You guys don't know, it's okay. Just say don't know. So Bonnie Blaze, welcome, says hef a lump. This is one of those ones that's so wrong to me. I can't, like, I get it that you guys have the current memory, but it blows my mind that you guys have the current memory. Like, this one bothers me so much.
Let's see. So we have some answers from the chat.
No, we only have one answer.
We only have the one.
Dean is thinking of Sesame Street. Snuffleupagus.
All I remember is that song of Heffalump and Woozle.
Yeah, and you know what? Fizzy remembers what I remember in Woozle.
What do you remember?
Huffalumps. With
A
you.
Huffalump.
A Huffalump. So we're going to get to the residue. It is Huffalump. You guys have the current memory.
Crazy.
It's not on my screen yet, Brian. So in my past, the movie was called Pooh's Huffalump Movie, but it's always been Heffalump.
That one's kind of
sorry, Bonnie. She's like, now I got the song stuck in my head. So here is current reality of Heffalump.
And you managed to find residue for Huffalump?
Oh gosh, yeah, there's a ton of it. And here's residue of what I remember. So we have on Twitter, good point, but the stuffed animals do age, since in the Huffalump movie, I'm not going to read the whole thing, someone drew Lumpy the Huffalump at the bottom in some sort of paper. It's Brian, can you zoom in on the listing in the paper for Pooh's Huffalump movie? Right.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
And then below it, there's more.
Okay.
I don't know. You might just, because I can't read it. It's too small.
Yeah, it's a. So apparently, what is this? Pooh's Huffalump movie. It's like some. Oh, it's like some DVD sale or something.
Yeah, or ticket sales from when it was released. I want a delay, so it's not showing on the screen yet. Disney's Winnie the Pooh Springtime with Roo, Pooh's Huffalump movie, and Piglet's Big Movie compact discs. It's too small. I can't read the top, Brian. Oh, this is a restaurant in Japan, I believe. And one of the desserts is Huffalump and Woozle's yogurt something. I can't read it because it's too small.
What? Let me see. It says a Huffalump and Woozle yogurt.
Yep.
My God, there is residue.
There's a ton of residue. A ton of it. Trippy trees. This reminds me of a Huffalump dreams sequence. Theater was the Huffalump movie. She loved it. She's talking about her daughter. Why are the pink elephants seen from Dumbo and Huffalumps and Woozles from Winnie the Pooh so similar? I can't see the bottom.
Oh, let me go back.
It's okay.
Sorry, I got ahead of myself.
It's okay. Looks like Lego, the Pooh Huffalump, hide and seek. You have to ask yourself if you have the current memory.
Sandy, I don't know what you did, but 2 times so far during the show, you activated my Bixby and, the voice assistant.
It's crazy.
I didn't understand that.
That's weird. So weird. But you have to ask yourself, how is it that there's so much residue of the U? So South Valley Movies, the Pooh's Huffalump movie, rated G. And at the top, it's both ways. We have on the actual book or album, Heffalumps, and the listing itself at the top says Huffalump. Were you going to say, Brian?
Oh, nothing. I didn't say anything.
Oh. So in the same ad, it has the Heffalump on the right, but on the left it says Huffalump. Showtimes. When you've seen the Huffalump movie 1,000 times this week, keep calm and love a Huffalump.
This is crazy. I'm seeing it both ways now. Like, I don't know, Sandy.
So
you present strong evidence here.
There is strong evidence. And I'm telling you, Heffalump is so wrong to me, I can't even. This makes me feel better, seeing it the way I remember it. Oh, there's a duplicate.
So these things were the pink elephants? Is that what they were called?
The Huffalump?
Yeah.
Huffalumps have been in books and cartoons for... now, this is a Mandela effect for me. There's a Huffalump book from 1945. Well, Heffalump, sorry. There's a Heffalump book from 1945. Yeah, and that's what they were asking on Reddit. Are they the same elephants? They look like the pink elephants from Dumbo. So pink and purple.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting how the split seems to be very strong with that one.
Yes.
I feel like it's like a vibration, maybe some kind of vibration with that one.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's very upsetting to me.
So we've
never seen Heffalump.
We've only got one last one to cover tonight, and that's with logos. Can I present this one?
No, there's another one.
Which one?
Zach.
Oh yeah, Gremlins. Yeah, how am I missing that one? All right.
And they may not know this either because this is an old movie.
All right. So the name of the lead actor in the 1984 film Gremlins, is Zach something. What is it?
Can't say anything because the name is completely changed for me. So it went from one name to another name. So if you guys know this actor, what do you remember his last name being? And if you don't know, just write "don't know" in the chat. That way we're not waiting for answers. Because it is old, and I wouldn't blame you if you didn't know it. I used to think he was related to another actor, because I thought they had the same last name. Apparently not.
So can I go on to the next one, or we waiting for some more answers, Sandy?
I'm waiting. I'm just waiting to see, like, gauge if anyone has any idea. So far, we have 2 don't knows.
Okay.
I'm only gonna wait like another minute to see if anything comes in. We got 3 don't knows. All right, we can go on because I don't think people know this one. I'm one of those people that read the credits. Like I knew his
Sandy,
name.
I'll be honest with you. I didn't know this one.
So in my past, his name was Zach Gallagher, and now it's Zach Galligan.
I mean, Gallagher does kind of sound right. And so there is residue for Zach Gallagher.
There is residue for Zach
There's
Gallagher.
strong residue for it.
In Surviving, Molly Ringwald and Zach Gallagher of Gremlins portrayed 2 teens. His son Billy, Zach Gallagher. Comedy with Zach Gallagher as the bank clerk. And I thought he was related to Peter Gallagher of lots of movies, including While You Were Sleeping, My Brain's Not Working, what other movies he was in. But I thought they were related. Okay, Val Zagarelli. Val Zagarelli, welcome, is Screaming Gallagher.
Matt, how did you find this one, Sandy? Were you just going through and looking at Gremlins changes? Because I know we've been talking about some of the changes with Gizmo.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's when I came across Zach Galligan when I covered the previous Gremlin ones. I had so much stuff to do, I didn't get around to putting the presentation together. There's so much residue for Zach Gallagher. It's crazy. Starring Zach Gallagher and Phoebe Cates. See, originally Val said can't remember. And seeing the residue, they remember. That's right. Parents of an ideal son, Zach Gallagher, who falls for Molly Ringwald, trouble girl. I know how you feel. In Gremlins, Zach Gallagher is filling in, and I can't read the top one.
Okay, so Cario and Oscar-winning actress. Are you talking about the top one, very top?
Yeah,
Looks like Zach Gallagher Zach Gallagher from Gremlins, but hair not so curly and dark. I give him a chance, and he smiles back in return. Well,
there's a lot.
A lot of people got his name wrong, I guess, or it's an M.E.
And they all change it to Gallagher.
I have to ask my dad on this one because he knows a lot of actors and stuff like that. Let's see what he says.
You did ask your dad. He got the update while we were on the phone.
Oh, that's
he said,
right.
Gallagher sounds right. And then when I told him it was Galligan now, he's like, that's it, Galligan.
That's how it is sometimes. All right, so we're on the last ME, guys. Last ME is going to be the logos. So for all of you graphic artists out there, and if you like logos, here we go. So here we go.
Hey, Teresa. What's going on?
Do you say Teresa's in the chat?
Yeah, Teresa's in the chat.
Whoa.
Hiding things.
Where?
Teresa's not in the chat. She just hid answers, and it says hidden by Teresa Lynch.
Oh gosh. Okay, I thought you said she's in the chat. So here comes the Beatles. There's residue for the English British flag.
Mm-hmm.
What are we looking at here? I'm not sure what I'm looking at in that top left.
Okay, so the green box is the gap between Portugal and Africa,
Oh,
being the
okay.
way I remember it. The red box, I see this frequently. Well, not too frequently, but I have seen this before, where it looks like two Italies right next to each other. It's how they're representing. It's just weird looking to
That
see
is
two
weird.
spikes.
Look at that A in USA.
Yeah, from the 19. It's a 1988 pin.
There's another red bar flag, Team USA.
Mm-hmm.
Stars in the
On top.
what is that?
Stars on top of the shield. Stockholm, 1912.
Mm-hmm.
So above is current reality and below is residue.
What are we looking at here? I see the British flag. I see that. But what are we looking at here? The dash or no dash with Coca-Cola? More British flag. Sandy, you there? Oh, we lost Sandy. There we go. Got you back.
There you go. I was trying
All
to say
right.
a backstage, Brian.
I got you. So what is this here? We're looking at Brazil.
Yeah, Teresa found that the R and the A's merged, RAS is merged, and the R is broken. It's a shirt. I don't know what year it's from, so it could be, you know. So this is Mickey with yellow shorts again, finding that Mandela variation effect. It's weird. So red bar flag again. Is
Red
that the
bar
coin
flag.
twice? That's the coin twice. Now this is a very old box of cereal. The P is broken. The T is cut off. The T and the I is merged.
Here's a quiz question. I want to ask the chat since we talked about Pop-Tarts earlier. And Pop-Tarts, has that little dot for the dash now. What year did Pop-Tarts originally come out? Please post it in the chat, and if you do, Sandy, please let me know. We'll send them a ebook.
Okay.
What year did Pop-Tarts come out? And Sandy, I will secretly send you or you want to look it up real quick, Sandy?
Yeah, I can look it up, but
Yeah. Okay, I'll text it to you. What year? We're looking for what year did Pop-Tarts first come out?
you want to do decade? Would that be easier because they don't know?
Okay, we'll do decade.
All right, guys. A guess is fine if you want to guess. When do you think they came out?
Okay, I'll give you a clue. Well, I can't do that. Okay, just Sandy. Whoever gets it right. Okay. Do you know when? Did you look it
No,
up?
I don't. I thought you were messaging.
I'll message it to you.
So I have Mandanimal or Valen with 1970. Mandanimal with 1965. Oh, Brian, I meant on Messenger. I can't see that. It'll kick me out
Oh,
of the
okay.
show.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Terry Forbes says 1961. 70s says Berlin. Bonnie Blaze says 50s or 60s. We may already have an answer. I'm not sure because Brian's got to send it to me again. Okay, so we do have a winner, Brian.
We do. Okay, who won?
The first person who guessed the closest was Mandanimal, 1965.
Okay. Do we want to tell them what year it was then?
1964.
That's when the Pop-Tarts first hit the market.
Mm-hmm.
So, congratulations. If you'll get with Sandy, get with the winner, and we'll shoot him a ebook. Okay.
Well, they're just going to email you because I had all those problems getting the ebooks.
Okay.
access.
So the email is Mandela Effect Awareness at gmail.com. It's
So
all one word.
Email Brian. Mandela Effect Awareness at gmail.com. I'll put it in the chat. So Teresa found that hard candy one. If you can go back, we do not remember the upside down V's for the A and the broken H.
Oh yeah, that's weird. Whoa.
And that 1992 USA basketball has an upside down V for the A. 1992.
There's another red bar flag.
Yep.
The shield with the stars. Another one, shield with the stars. Several. Oh, and there's the.
Mandanimal says Mandanimal is forfeiting their prize and giving it to Terry Forbes. So
Oh,
congratulations,
that is
Terry.
nice. I love to see that from our you guys in the chat. That is awesome. That was really nice of you to do that.
So Terry, please email Brian at the email address that I just put in the chat.
All right, we'll send an ebook to Terry. And for all those out there, just keep playing. Every week we'll give away another prize. Okay. So we good, Sandy. That is the rest of that folder, and it's getting on 12 o'clock here, almost 12. It's probably 1 o'clock for you, Sandy.
Yeah, it's late.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end here. At the end. So, anyone else have any effects from the chat before we end the show? Because we love to see you guys participate. Thank you for coming. Any other MEs that you guys want to tell us about? We'll give you credit.
Well, Bonnie Blaze brought up one that Teresa has covered. Pixie sticks have changed.
Really?
Yeah, Teresa covered that a while ago. Used to be. Well, I will say Bonnie remembers it spelled differently. Oh, wait, I don't know. I don't know if Teresa remembered it Pixi or Pixie, but they're Pixy now, I believe.
No.
If you look it up.
No. Oh, there's no
way.
way.
If you look it up.
Yeah. No. That's one of those older MEs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me share the image here with the chat. You can get a whole box of them for $30. If you got $30 to spend on that, you can buy a whole box. Yeah, that's not right.
And if you want to look up real quick, Wayne's World 2 alternate endings, and show people what I was talking about when you're done this. Yeah, that Y is just a no.
Yeah, Wayne's World 2.
Wayne's World 2 alternate endings. There's a Scooby-Doo ending. don't remember these endings. I had the
Right.
DVD. I don't remember it.
Well,
You're not. Oh wait, I gotta fast forward. I'm like, you're not presenting, but I have to
there's
fast forward.
okay, yeah. There's two different endings actually. The
There's two.
unhappy.
No,
So there's two
there's only
endings.
two.
Yeah,
That's weird.
the
I
unhappy
saw
ending and
more
the
than
Scooby
that.
Doo ending. Well, that's the Wayne's World. It says for Wayne's World too. Uh,
Can you check
hang on.
just Wayne's World? See if there's alternate endings for just regular Wayne's World. I don't know if there is. I just
Okay, so
no. I mean, like actually type in the search box.
yeah,
Wayne's
it
World
says right here,
alternate.
Wayne's World. In the first Wayne's World, there's two different endings: the unhappy ending and the Scooby Doo ending. But that's in Wayne's World 1.
No, I'm not doing it.
I'm trying to find one that says Wayne's World 2.
I'm looking.
I'm definitely going to have to watch this again. I don't remember this movie at all, Sandy. Um,
Hmm.
was it Wayne's World 1 where they did something about a Grey Poupon? Didn't they imitate the commercial?
Oh, sure.
And that's
Wait,
another
all
one.
right. Wayne's World 2 alternate ending on YouTube. Wayne ruined Cassandra's career by spying on her at Cup of Joe's. I don't know if this is real or if this is someone like acting it out. I'm trying to see. It looks real. It's real. So there's an alternate ending for Wayne's World 2 as well. So there's three alternate endings across the two movies. I don't remember alternate endings at all. So just weird.
No, that's for Clue. I don't know if you could find me the different alternate endings. That would be great, Sandy.
Well, no, it's a Scooby Doo one, and then the one I was just. It's an actual video on YouTube. I don't know if you want to play that. You'll get a copyright.
Yeah, I don't want to play it.
Yeah. But if they want to see it, they can just look it up.
Yeah, there's different endings now. But yeah, it is interesting how we brought that up with the different endings that you get on a DVD.
Hmm.
Like I don't know about you, Sandy. If you remember Final Destination, you remember that movie?
Yes, but I didn't have it on DVD.
I had it on DVD, and you could actually you would do a questionnaire like a quiz, and it would basically ask you how healthy you are, and it would predict the date of your death
Oh, lovely.
based on your eating habits, your exercise habits, and all that. And the strange thing was, if you put all the healthy things and you ran and you exercised, and if you didn't eat hamburgers and stuff like that every day, you actually died sooner than than people who sat back and did nothing and ate hamburgers all day. Like that was the weird thing about that trivia or that the quiz.
That's
I wonder
strange.
if they have. I wonder if they have an online one.
That's really strange. Like I guess they're like you're not living anyway, so
Um, Okay, so it's like a quiz thing from BuzzFeed. Yeah, it was just a weird thing with DV. That was the choose your fate, basically, or whatever from Final Destination. So anyway, we're done with the show. Thanks everyone for coming, and congratulations to our prize winner. And have a great Mandela Effect, guys, and have a Mandela Effect night. God bless. Take care. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Good night. Good night, everyone.